Okay, well, welcome to the I'm Not Funny podcast. Um, Basically, the point of the show is to kind of talk about the series, the I'm Not Funny series, where I'm not funny, but my friends are, as you can tell in all of the videos. And we have our lovely friend Ripper here.
Hello, Smooth
Um,
Brain Ripper.
Smooth Brain Ripper, yes.
Smooth Brain Ripper.
The OGs will remember. Yeah. Ripper, you're kind of, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of the catalyst of me starting this series. Because I wouldn't have started the series if I didn't get so into Valorant and if I didn't join Medieval.
Oh, Valorant, what a great game.
I know. It's too bad we haven't played it in like months.
I was just playing with Rye yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, we were tearing up. We were trying to get you on.
What?
Yeah, I thought he PM'd you or something. We were trying to get you, me, him,
He
and we
did
could get
not
fake.
text me.
He
Man,
didn't text you?
I'm mad at
Oh,
him now.
I hope he watches this.
Oh man, exposing Ryan on the podcast. That's okay.
Exposure.
Yeah, so uh I think I know a little bit about kind of your background. But for the listeners and the viewers, tell us how you kind of got started in gaming.
Oh, so it goes back. I started gaming on an N64. Um, really fell in love with that playing, Mario 64, Mario Kart. There was Pokemon, Champions or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
That was very competitive, very fun. Gotta. I've really always been into competitive gaming since that young age. Playing with my brother and stuff. So I'd
Mm-hmm.
usually always lose, but now it's the other way around
Uh-huh.
since he has no time. But had skip a few generations, PlayStation 2, all that. Got an Xbox 360 and started playing uh, Call of Duty heavily and really got into competitive in that. And that's really what that's my bread and butter. That's what I know. Um, and that's what I like. That's really how I started in gaming. That's how I really got into it. It's always kind of been competitive actually.
Yeah.
So that's really it.
Yeah, Call of Duty
I'm not.
seems to be like the best sport to kind of get into as a beginner for like competitive games, you know?
Yeah, I did switch up to Rainbow Six for a
Mm-hmm.
while. That was during Infinite Warfare
Yeah.
because Infinite Warfare was trash. It was trash. Let's not kid ourselves. I did play it. I will say I played the campaign, was disappointed, and then played multiplayer and was even more disappointed.
I'll tell you the multiplayer aspects of that game and the campaign did suck. It was more fun for me personally to watch competitively.
You're absolutely right. I did actually like watching
Yeah,
competitive.
because I for some reason it's like sometimes the multiplayer and the campaign just it all sucks to play, but it's so freaking fun to watch.
You know what it
Um,
is? It's just that we're terrible at the game.
yeah,
I mean, that's what it is.
I wasn't that bad at it though. Like I was really
Uh,
good at like the jetpacks.
so I was good at I loved Advanced Warfare. I thought that was one of the most.
The
I know
mechanics are
I know it's
beautiful.
controversial for me to say I love AW. I will be hung or something
I
for
love
saying that.
AW too. I
I
don't
love AW. I
I
thought
don't
it was
get
the
the
most
hate.
fun.
I don't get the
I thought
hate.
it was I thought it was the most fun multiplayer
Yeah.
since the switch up. We were dogging it. Black Ops 2 was fun.
Yeah.
Ghost was also fun.
It was fun, but it
Um,
was kind of a letdown. It
it
was
was definitely a letdown. It was
because and here's the thing is that COD used to be like so like we put it on such a high pedestal that Ghosts, even though it's such a solid freaking game and compared to today's games, it's a godlike game, but Ghost was a letdown for people. And like that's how highly we put and ranked and like we had higher expectations for the Call of Duty scene and for the games, and now I'm gonna be honest with Battle Royale with Warzone, the devs, they just don't care anymore. They want
No,
Warzone to win, and they want the competitive community to flop. And the only team that seems like they've been more interested in keeping up with the competitive community has been Treyarch. You know,
I I agree. They have but like you were saying, definitely you've noticed these last Modern Warfare, how even Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, even Cold War a little bit. Actually, I would put Cold War in there, and Vanguard's not too bad. I've actually been enjoying it, but you can tell that they
yeah,
don't care about
yeah.
um 6v6 or competitive. Hell, you can even tell in Vanguard they're trying to do blitz mode, which is 24-24. You can tell
Yep.
that it just wants you to face a bigger battle.
I watched a video today of 18 versus 18 search and destroy. Like,
Oh my
what the
god.
hell are you doing? And the problem is Activision's entire problem right now is not even the game. Like they're so focused right now on cleaning up the mess they made with all of the accusations that came out about
Yeah.
sexual assault and harassment and just the shit that's been happening in the dev studios for all these years that is finally coming out, and they have such a mess to clean. And not only have they flopped with Vanguard, but this new Caldera map on Warzone pissed off like almost every Warzone pro out there. I mean, they flopped with this new Warzone map too.
It doesn't. I mean, the new update actually broke the whole system. Right now, I was just watching a video before.
Yeah.
I you can't even play Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
They have totally rigged up that game, and they don't know if it's on accident or that's what the YouTuber was saying. That's definitely on purpose. I mean,
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 is coming out next year. They're trying to phase
God.
out Modern Warfare. I mean, it's just this thing, and
They can't. I don't know. It feels to me like if this next game flops, if Modern Warfare 2 flops, which if it's basically a reskin of Modern Warfare 2019,
well,
then it's going to flop because people are even the casuals are starting to get tired of Activision shit. So
the the leaks for the game actually look fairly good. It's they're taking on cartel warfare is what the supposed leak is. So
yeah, the leaks always
uh,
look good though.
yeah, you're right. Look
The
at Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, yeah.
that was that was one where they were like leaking it,
Oh
and they were like,
man.
"Oh, it's gonna be pretty good," but you had other leaks on the other side that was like, "Oh, yeah, no, they need a lot more work.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, this
it's not
game's
gonna
gonna
be
be hot
optimized
garbage.
right." Yeah, and like just playing it, it is terrible. I mean, it it's fun in some aspects, but it's not optimized. I've tried to
Yeah.
play it on my PC, and I mean, I got a 3060 and stuff. I should be able to run it, decently high. I have to run it all on low settings.
Oh my god.
I mean, just to get a stable 60 frames.
That's that's terrible.
It's terribly optimized, and it's worse. My brother's got a 3080. He's having the same problem where he's running it all. He's trying to optimize it. I think he's got it up to medium now, running it at 60 frames.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's they didn't care. They're trying
Yeah.
to do the same thing that they did to Medal of Honor. They're trying to get rid of it. But I was watching a video today that said in 2020, the first part of 2020, Battlefield 2042 was originally a hero shooter battle royale.
Really. So
Yeah,
they
did a whole
changed it a lot.
flop in a year. In a
Jeez.
no wonder why this game's broken.
Yeah, no
EA
wonder why
said-
this game's shit. Like
And then all of their head developers and a bunch of their big developers left.
Yep.
Dice. I mean, it's I
it's
mean,
never good when you see a lot of the top people from development studios leaving all of a sudden, because you know something's wrong with the game. And you know, that's what kind of happened with Activision, was that everyone thought like, oh my god, like what's going on with Activision, all these people are leaving, and then all of a sudden you hear all these accusations. I mean, it happened within like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when like you hear like most of the heads were leaving, a bunch of women were leaving, and like they were like, I can't work here anymore, and you're like, what the hell's going on with Activision? And then all of a sudden somebody leaks that there's a giant, like massive sexual assault and harassment case against Activision.
I've been paying a lot of attention to that. It's honestly disgusting.
Yeah.
Um, and it actually swayed my decision not to buy Vanguard at first, but then there was like another leak that came out that said Call of Duty's not, the Call of Duty developers aren't in it. And then the Wall Street Journal comes out and is like Sledgehammer, Raven Software, like a bunch of these guys are
Yeah.
just scummy, and I'm just like, I can't believe I bought this game.
Well, and I hate to say it because you're like right next to the studio. Apparently, Scuff Gaming has the same issues.
I have heard that, but Ubisoft is going.
Yeah.
Scuff. I mean, everyone is having these, and I wonder if it's just
the
it's
culture.
finally coming to life. Yeah, it's a definite frat culture,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's terrible that this is what people who don't know about gaming is what they're hearing, and now they're like thinking we're all, scummy fucking people.
Yeah, it
And then
sucks because that's what, we've worked for the last 20 years on trying to make esports kind of mainstream, to the point where, people don't think that, oh, it's a bunch of sweaty gamers in their mom's basement. It's actual people. Like I mean, you still talk to people about esports and they don't understand what it is,
Oh, exactly. Like I could run circles around a normal person on the street about esports.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna understand, like, well, that's not a real, like, I did this in high school where I put up the point that esports is a real sport.
Yep.
And to the point of, he was the head baseball coach is who I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, no, it's not. It's not a real sport. Well, yes, it is. I do hand-eye coordination. I do this. I take time at practice. I actually practice more than your baseball players. Once a week is not. I do it 2 or 3 times a night.
Yeah.
Or two or three times a week. I'm always with my team. I'm practicing strats. I'm going over locations. We're coming up with metas and stuff like that. I mean, we're running it almost every single night.
Yeah.
Tell me how that is not just as competitive as a baseball game.
Yeah,
Or
people don't realize what it takes. And I think that it's really great that a lot of teams will release to the mainstream media. Like, I mean, I know some teams like make their players go on nutritional diets. They'll make sure that their players are exercising. Teams have fitness coaches and mental wellness coaches and psychologists that are on standby for the players. I mean, it's nuts. It's like a real sport. I mean, there's real.
And how it's franchising in Call of Duty, and actually it started in League, and it's now spilling over to other things. It's actually making it more like a real sport. We now got franchises stuff,
Yep.
which if you're a smaller amateur esports organization, it really sucks in your opinion, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because now you can become a pipeline for FaZe Atlanta or Seattle Mariners or whatever their name is.
Yeah. And to that point too, you now have esports like you have esports now that are crowdfunding. So like Halo.
Yeah.
There's Halo crowdfunding now, which means if you get a certain kind of, I guess, certain amount of money, that money is going to the tournaments, and it's going to champs, and it's going to merchandising and more advertising and marketing and stuff like that. I mean, you could theoretically have a $4 million jackpot for Halo
Yeah.
champs this year, depending on how much they crowdfund. Which, with Halo Infinite being as amazing and popular as it is, you're gonna get a lot of crowdfunding. I mean, they started out with how many teams do they have partnered right now? Is that 8?
Yeah, you might be right. I haven't
It-
played Halo Infinite.
You've got
Last time I played was with you, so.
you've got 8 partnered teams right now, and there are at least 10 more that are pitching in to be partnered with
So
with Halo right now.
does crowdfunding, does that come from each org or franchise, whatever you want to call it? Is that coming from that, or is it coming from their store? That so when I buy a skin off of Halo, does that somewhat go to their?
I think
Uh,
it's a little bit of both.
that would be cool if
To
it's
be
not
to be honest,
100%.
I think what crowdfunding is, for the most part, for like in terms of the HCS, and I personally haven't seen anything on it. If somebody wants to come out and tweet at me if they know anything else, but I think with how I've heard it from like Hex and Hastro, what it sounds like to me is the crowdfunding is going to be coming from the fans for the most part, right? It comes in through merchandise, and it comes in through skins, and it comes in through like the battle pass and shit like that. But like, I think if you're buying a skin, part of that goes to the organization, obviously, and then the other part goes straight into like a pot. And basically that pot can grow, and then you have like the rally major coming up. So let's say the grand total for the rally major is let's say they cap it at $1 million. So every major, they cap the prize pool at $1 million, and then you keep making that money. Then you have a cutoff, right? So then let's say you've got playoffs. So then you make money through playoffs. Top 8 teams go through. Top 8 teams, all 8 teams make money. And then you have champs, which is however they do it.
But like
Theoretically, they could take all of that money that they've used all that year, and now they've got a $4 million prize pool for champs, and the teams take the cut, the players take the cut, and like all this other stuff, and then whatever's left over they use for the next year.
That's cool. So like they could, from what they make a year, they could take that and have like smaller tournaments like the Raleigh Tour, pair, whatever you said it was. They could have a couple more, and then at the end of the year, the championship where they play it down, and that's the big prize pool. You know, that could be, like you said, $4 million, $5 million.
Yep.
That'd be a really cool way of doing it, because now if you're a fan, you're like, well, shoot, I want to go buy more so that, you know, my team made it far last year. I think they got it this year. You know, they worked on it. I can see it in their gameplay. They're tearing it up this year. So let me buy more stuff. So now instead of this 4,000 pot, it's now a $5,000 pot. Not saying you individually put in $1 million, but you know, everyone's like, oh no, this is our year. This is our year. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a really cool thing. And
yeah, and if you if you think about it, you not only have like large pots for these majors, you've got more incentive for the casual community to get into the competitive community. You have more incentive for the amateur community growing, because there's no franchising taking away from the amateur community. So that means that any Joe Schmo team can make a team of 4, and they can get 3rd place at freaking champs and upset one of these partnered teams, and they could make $500,000 off of that, right? And not only that, but if you make a certain amount of money through crowdfunding, you also are incentivized as, you know, as Bungie or as the HCS to
Did you say
create.
Bungie?
Is it Bungie?
You said Bungie. It's
Did I say Bungie?
343. Yeah, you said Bungie.
343. Who's Bungie? Destiny is Bungie. Sorry.
That's Destiny. They've been off of Halo since 3.
I made an oopsie. but you're now incentivized to create community events as well using that money, where and you see it kind of in COD too, but that's mostly the organizations doing it. um, you can do community Halo tournaments where no pros are allowed. It's just the community, and we're going to give $25,000 to the winning team, right? You're with crowdfunding, you're incentivized to do more on both sides. It's not even just for the fans to enjoy this completely nuts game where you've got two of the best teams going head to head at the grand finals of champs for $4 million. You've got community events where you yourself have a chance to make that money, and that to me is how Call of Duty should have done it. Instead of franchising. I personally have never been a fan of franchising because it has not worked for most of the esports. Bar
It
League of Legends. League of Legends is completely different. League of Legends is godlike in comparison.
Besides COD, Dota doesn't even have
Dota crowdfunds.
Yeah, so besides League and Call of Duty, what else is it that uses franchise?
Overwatch, but they're Activision as well, and
that's
they're
Activision.
dying.
So if you, because Overwatch was the first to do it, and then that's what Source caught in to do it. You already knew that's where they were headed.
Yeah, and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted it. Was
I remember that.
It was half of the community versus half of the community. And the one half that was like, we do not want franchising. We have watched the Overwatch League fail time and time again. You can do crowdfunding like Dota. If you're going to franchise, you would have to do it strictly like League of Legends. You would have to follow a very close, model to that. And everybody knew that Activision at that point was getting to the point where they were starting to slip. We had seen the casual community displacing themselves from the competitive community, and Activision needed a way to bring the casuals in. And so they brought in Warzone and they brought in franchising. And now
they brought in what was it, blackout mode first.
Yes, and I
came with franchising.
Blackout was before franchising.
BO4 had franchising. I remember BO4. Yes, it did.
Black Ops 4 did not franchise.
Black Ops 4 definitely did have franchising.
Black Ops 4 did not franchise. They franchised right after. Modern Warfare was the first franchise season.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I swear they had it because that's when they did the 4v4 in multiplayer too, which also pissed me off.
Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare 2019 were 5v5.
What? Which one was 4v4?
Cold War, last year.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
Cold War was 6v6.
What the fuck? No.
Black Ops 4 was... You had these all switched. Black Ops 4 was 4v4.
Black Ops 4 was 5v5. Competitively.
Oh, yeah, because that's when they moved it up. My bad. You're right. It was 5v5.
It was 5v5, and then Modern Warfare was 5v5, and then...
Was Modern... I thought it went back to 4v4.
It went back to 4v4 for Cold War.
Oh, okay. And now it's back at 4v4.
Yes. Because...
That's where it should be.
Because 5v5 only worked for Black Ops 4. It only worked for it because of the fact that you had these operators, and that each operator had a specific part of the team. 5v5 did not work for Modern Warfare.
No, 5v5 didn't work for any game.
No.
It reeked.
Yes.
Because now you had to bring your sub on. You know he sucked, and you didn't want him on the team anyways.
Yep.
He was just there for fun.
Yeah.
He's the guy that you picked on. Oh, that's gonna get me.
But let's move away from all that.
Yeah.
So we met when I joined Medieval. I was going to be on
many moons ago.
Valorant. Yes, many moons ago. I was going to be on the Valorant team.
Yes.
In June of 2020.
June of 2020. Man.
It feels
Yeah, I
like a long
remember
time
that.
ago.
It does feel like a long time ago, but it was only. I mean,
It's been like a year and
it's
a half.
over a year now. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
year and a half now. But I remember starting the Valorant team. That was my idea for Valorant, because I thought it was gonna be a really good comp. And we
Mm-hmm.
might be able to get our hats off in that.
Yeah.
Which I think we did fairly well for what it was.
Yeah. Because Nolan was really good at that. He was really good at putting that together.
Yeah, that was all me though that put the Valorant together.
Right.
So I'm actually surprised that I got as many hits as many people signed up for it, because I was the only one running it.
Yeah.
At the time, Bones didn't even have Valorant. My computer at the time couldn't even really run Valorant. I was barely just kind of running it on all low settings.
Yep.
And yeah, but I remember getting that set up, and you came in with Faith and Rye. I remember.
Yeah, I think I brought Faith with me, and then I brought Ryan later. I remember Nolan was the one that I had messaged about the Valorant team.
Yes, because I had Nolan who came to me, who was like, I think I can start it. And
Yeah.
he was like, I can be a captain, and start looking for people. Well, then he started bringing on, like, everyone.
Yeah.
So we had people who just wanted to do casual comp, not actual, like, pro strat comp stuff.
Yeah, and we had 2 teams at one point too.
We did have 2 teams. We had a good team, and we had a
content team.
You like casual? Yeah, the team that
started the I'm Not
me,
Funny
and Rye
series.
Was. Yeah, me, and Rye were on.
You, me, Rye, Faith, and then I don't remember who our last usually. We usually played with either Wolves or Malt at all times.
Yeah, Malt. Yeah, that was literally it though.
Yeah, because you, me, and Faith and Ryan were the core 4, and then we would bring in a 5th usually.
Yeah, because we were always searching for someone.
Yeah.
We would play with randoms a lot too.
Yeah, we found some pretty good randoms though too.
Oh, what was she moved to Hawaii. She played with us.
Oh, okay. So it's Zach now.
It's Zach now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're
My
good.
bad.
Zach. Yeah, so Ambition, aka Zach.
Got it.
Yeah, Zach was our 5th when he could, because he was in Hawaii at the time.
Yes.
Man, that ping.
Yes.
Still managed to carry us.
He carried.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the team.
Yeah, that was the God Squad too, especially in terms of content, because you get all of us together and like friggin' 30 seconds in, and we're just shitting on each other.
Yeah, like when I was playing Halo with you guys are already bullying me. Wasn't even there for 30 seconds.
Yeah, you were there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Ripper. Oh man.
Yeah, after every single word is Battlefield 2042.
Yeah. Yeah, Ripper's going off on tangents, just saying, you know what's better than this? Battlefield 2042. And
there's gonna be a counter. There's gonna be a Ripper Battlefield 2042 counter in the next video.
There really is. Man.
I wanted to know how many I got to.
I really think you got to like 7 or 8 before we were finally like, Ripper, you gotta stop.
But then I made like 3 more after that.
Man. So we joined Medieval. We started messing around. We started kind of, acting like we were actually gonna compete and stuff when we knew we weren't.
Yeah, we were terrible.
And
we couldn't do good in casual. All right, come on.
We didn't do good in anything. I was still learning mouse and keyboard again. Like, Ryan had the biggest glow up. Ryan went from like iron 0 to.
Oh yes, I remember that.
now he's like, he could probably hit like like
I was
diamond
playing
if you
with him the
wanted
other
to.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I was playing with. Nah, he ain't that great. Come on. I was
No?
keeping up with Rye. I was keeping up with Rye.
You think he's still like gold?
He's definitely still gold.
Yeah.
I love him though. He's still gold.
If he were to keep grinding from that moment though, he'd probably be very.
He
far.
could. So Rye's good enough that he could probably join a comp team.
Yeah.
I mean, he's decent that he could. He knows the game well enough.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
He could do that with any game. He could do that with any game. That kid is.
I don't know about Call of Duty. That's a whole different breed.
Nah, I'm trying to get him to play Halo with us.
He would be good with Halo, and it's free to play.
He'd be good with Halo.
I was actually the other day when we were playing. I was at the bottom, but I actually was feeling good about my scores.
Yeah.
I actually carried like 2 games though.
Yeah.
Like if we had a 4-stack and ran it, we could do like MLGs and stuff, and just like fuck around on that.
We'd be pretty damn good. We'd be pretty.
Yeah, we'd be decent. We'd be decent.
Fate's the freaking OBJ queen on that game. She's nuts.
Faith is, and you can tell Faith just knows all the strats.
Yeah.
I mean, she's good enough where, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, you guys are talking strats. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the person, okay?
That's how Ripper is. Ripper's just happy to be there, and usually he's
happy to be here.
Usually you're a few drinks in.
Most of the time I'm a few drinks. It's not a podcast if I'm not a few drinks in.
Yeah. Yeah, because we started.
My bad, not
content.
a podcast.
Not a video
or
not a video.
Or just me playing video games, not a few drinks in.
That's true. Yeah, we were making content. We were on that grind. And then all of a sudden, I got into the management, and then Faith got into management, and then Ryan got into management, and all of us were managing Medieval.
Yeah, so you 3 were definitely the closest to me at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and I trusted you guys enough. And yeah, so I brought all 3 of you in. Faith was like an investor strategist kind of thing. You were definitely heading it up. You were more of the face of the company.
Yeah.
Truly, if I redo it, I still don't want to be the face of a company.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the behind the scenes CEO, kind of, playing my pawns.
Yeah.
That way, if something goes sour, I don't get yelled at.
You don't want to be that fall guy.
And then like Rye was, what was Rye doing?
Rye was on content. He was the one bringing like streamers and stuff.
And he did all right with that.
He did really good. He found us streamers and content creators. It was just at that point we had gotten to a point where all of us had he had started school again.
We got burnt out. I mean, quick. Yeah. And it's just, I mean, I wasn't in a great place. I hit a bad place again in my life.
Yeah.
At that time,
I was in a really bad place. And I was trying to find a job too, which was the worst part.
So yeah, I think I was trying to find a job. No, I had. When was that? When that was.
Well, yeah. When did you start your current job?
That was the beginning of this year. I think I just started my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was.
Yeah, because you were working like nights and stuff.
Yeah, I was working nights, and it threw us all off because it threw off. Like
it threw off our meetings.
Yeah, and that's when we were normally on and playing together. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it fucked us all up.
Yeah.
So, and then it was again not a really great time in my life.
Yeah. Because Faith had also started some really weird hours. Because I remember Faith was starting to work nights for some nights, and it was just really weird how everybody's schedule just all of a sudden managed to like not work.
Right.
And we were all so, because we had hit the ground running and we were doing pretty well, and then all of a sudden it was like we couldn't get any teams, we couldn't get any creators, we couldn't get any streamers, we couldn't get anything done because everybody had already found like a place, or like, because I I managed to almost secure like a really good Call of Duty team right before the Cold War season. And
Weren't you
like
working on a Halo team too?
I was working on a Halo team, I was working on a Call of Duty team. Faith and I were
Imagine if we stuck around for that.
I know,
Yeah, having
Faith
that.
and I were both working on oh man, Ryan and I were working on Valorant and content. I was working on COD. Faith and I were working on Halo, and then I thought we were working on something else. We were working on Gears of War.
Yeah, I know. I was working on a couple sponsors. I had a couple lined up,
Mm-hmm.
but I was just like, I didn't get to respond to them in time.
Yeah,
And at the time, I was just like, I was burnt. I mean, I was working crazy ass hours.
I'm curious if you can say it. If not, you can text it to me later.
No, I can. Well, I can give off like one was a drink company.
Okay.
Honestly, I forgot the name of it, but it was like no, it wasn't like gamer stuff. It was kind of like a lower end gaming stuff,
Yeah.
but they were fairly highly rated.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to head up like a PC parts company.
Yeah. Like a peripherals. But we had disbanded like sometime after that.
Yeah, it wasn't much longer after that. It was fairly quick.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were working on streaming. I think Rye wanted to start working on streaming.
Yeah.
Faith was just busy and doing her weird late at night
Yeah.
streams where she watched people speedrun.
Yeah, she was doing a lot of those, and then she started working nights. So then she would literally stream from like 6 a.m. my time until like 10 a.m. So I would get up for work, and she'd be streaming.
Yeah, I've woken up to her streaming before.
Yeah, I still do that sometimes. She'll text me when she's streaming in the morning, and it'll be like, it won't even be that late. It'll be like 8 a.m. for me, and I'll be getting up and getting ready to go to work, and like she'll be like, I'm streaming, and I'd be like, okay.
Wow.
I go up and
it's
she's
so
been streaming
early.
for like 2 hours, and I'm like, Faith, what are you doing?
Who do you talk to in all that time?
Like,
But it's got to be consistent. Like she's got to get a consistent base on
yeah.
it, though. 'Cause,
But I'm like, why are you up at like 6 in the morning streaming, Faith? Like, girl,
she should call it Slay's night shift.
getting that bread. But she
I
doesn't work
know.
night shift anymore, though. That's the thing. Like, because she
Well, that's
used
the
to
scary part.
she used to work the night shift, and then like right after work, she'd stream for a few hours and then go to bed. And
Right.
I'd be like, all right, cool. So I'll see you in the afternoon. No, like she's still getting up at like 6 in the morning and streaming for some reason.
Just fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
The grind is real for that girl.
Yeah, I know. I know you. All you guys are working on streaming and stuff.
Mhm.
I think you've taken off.
I wouldn't say I've taken off.
Well, you've gotten a lot better than what you were at.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you getting frustrated with only getting a couple viewers a night, and like I remember you like, I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And
Oh yeah,
you know,
no,
I
I
think
turned off my viewer count, and that's helped.
does that help?
Yeah, I completely took it away. I was like, screw this. I was like, I don't care if I'm streaming to nobody or streaming to 16 people. I'm just gonna stream, and because it was basically at that point I was streaming because it was the only job that I had.
Right.
Because I was in that place. You know, it was pandemic. I couldn't find a job. I was a graduate. Nobody wants a graduate.
No. Why
And
would they want
so
that?
I was streaming because that was the only income that I was getting, and I was only getting like $100 payout every like 6 months, so it wasn't even a lot of money.
No.
But after I'd gotten this job, I finally was like, you know what, screw this. I'm like, I don't need to stream as a job, because what makes me happy is making these videos, these I'm Not Funny videos, and really the only way that I can do that is if I just stream for fun, because you know.
So how are your streams doing now? Since
Better.
Do you know the exact number of what you have?
In
'Cause
terms
I remember
of like viewership.
I remember you having like 4 people on a stream, including me and yourself.
Yeah. I don't really know. I don't really look at the numbers anymore, just because I don't personally care for them anymore.
Base guess, what would you say?
base guess probably average 2 viewers a stream, 2 or 3,
Hmm.
which isn't
Oh, okay.
is it's not bad. It's not
You're
consistent,
having
but it's
fun
not
with
bad.
it though.
Yeah, and I get on and stream, and it's weird because I try to schedule it, but like it's so my schedule's been so inconsistent, where well it's my work schedule's consistent, but like we moved into an apartment, and so it's like, you know, I've got responsibilities now that I didn't have at home.
Right.
And so now it's like I turn on my stream when I know that I'm going to be streaming with somebody else. So like if I know that Fate's going to be on, or like you're going to be on, or Ryan's going to be on, or somebody else, then I'll get on and stream. Because
Well, I disappeared for a while after
yeah.
after all that. I took a good minute to like rest.
Yeah.
And just like really wanted where I wanted to go. And then I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm gonna see whatever I can get like a hit off of. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you now.
No, you're
But
good.
carry on to what you're saying.
No, you're good.
Oh, yeah, because I was so I that's why I sent out a couple tweets on the medieval thing. I just wanted to see how many hits I could get, see if people were still paying attention. And like I got a couple hits, but it was only just like a fishing like hit, kind of like I'm not really gonna pick you guys up. And as bad as that sounds,
Yeah.
I just want us to know how far into the community I can get. And it back to your point of not like knowing like how many streamers you have. And it's like I didn't need to know that, but I wanted to know it.
Yeah.
And it's like you could easily tell, you easily know that you have like 2 or 3 in your community. But I bet like if you're getting a whole lot more viewers in the I'm not funny series.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm averaging, so on the based off of my studio, and it's I had to re-upload them, just because you know once you start getting into like professional jobs and stuff, they'll find your stuff somehow. And I've made it to where if you Google my actual name, none of my gaming stuff comes up, but it's still one of those things where if they dug deep enough, they'd find my gaming stuff. And like a lot of the early I'm Not Funnies were, they had some parts in them that I was like, okay, this would be really inappropriate if like a potential employer came and saw. You know.
yes, I remember those.
And so, you know, I was like, okay, I gotta kind of clean up the content a little bit. And so now it's like, there's not as many like innuendos and stuff like that.
Till Ripper comes in.
But it's still funny. I'm releasing a Destiny 2 one in January. And, you know, I was watching it and I was like, this is really, like, I had fun editing it. And it's, the weird thing about these videos is that if I don't have fun editing it, I'll scrap the entire project.
I feel that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I've scrapped 3 or 4 videos.
So how often do you upload those videos? I know they're not too often.
Every few months.
Is it every few? So it's whenever you really are done editing.
Yeah,
and you just kind of wait on it whenever.
Well, it's not like when I'm done editing it. It's when I get enough content for it. So, because like Valorant, I could literally we could literally play one session of Valorant like 3 hours, and I'll have like 2 videos worth of content. Valorant's just one of those games somehow that we get a ton of content from.
I think it's time for the return of Ripper.
Yeah, I think it is. But like,
I think it's time.
But like Destiny 2, it took like 3 sessions to get the Destiny 2 video, and it took.
Is the new update out?
I don't know.
Destiny? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm in the waiting list with everyone else.
Yeah, but like the Boomer Simulator, that's a 3-minute video. Maybe it's 3 minutes, maybe it's 5 minutes, but it's a short video because we only had 1 session, and all of that's from 1 session. Well,
was that the one that we all played?
Yeah. So right after we did that, Faith and I got on Boomer Simulator, and we had another session, and so I've got footage for another half of Boomer Simulator. And so I actually have, so let me just go through my files real quick, because I do have videos in progress that I just need more content for, and then I can get them done. So, there's another Valorant one. Currently I'm getting more footage for another Boomer Simulator.
I'll
I'm
play that with you guys.
Yeah,
That game was fun as shit.
I'm getting enough for Power Wash Simulator. Now
Oh my god.
Power
I
Wash
watched
Simulator
I watched you
has
play Power Wash Simulator
dude, I
on a
was
live stream.
raging.
I watched you play. How do you have fun with that?
It's
Is it
it's calming, but at the same
is
time,
that
I get
tantalizing?
anxiety from seeing all the dirt.
That's what I'm like.
Cause I'm like, I really want to clean it, and then I'm cleaning it, and I'm like, there's so much freaking dirt. I look around because I've cleaned like one small part, and I'm so satisfied, and then I turn around and there's just dirt everywhere else, and I'm like, this sucks.
It's like the that's exactly like the Hunter Simulator that I play. Or
Yeah.
it's like Call of the Wild. I love the game because it's super relaxing.
Yeah.
But it just gives me anxiety because I'm just like, where are all the deer?
I have no
Where-
patience. It's a patience thing.
I don't have a patience either, but I
So-
sit there and play the game and
so-
run through the forest with the pistol in my hand, and whatever jumps out in front of me, I'm gonna shoot it like 6 times and it's
Yeah.
still gonna run away.
So here's the deal. The reason why I want to go back to Power Wash Sim is because now they have multiplayer. Now you can have like up to 4 people. And so I'm
Okay,
like, yo, get us on a giant playground with a ton of dirt and just let us go ham. Like
So you're gonna drag us all into a
I'm-
Power Wash
I'm
Simulator?
dragging you all into Power Wash Simulator. I'm dragging you all into
Oh.
Boomer Simulator. And I have a few clips from Halo as well from the other night.
the Battlefield 42 night.
Yeah. So I've got like 3 or 4 videos. I have another Valorant one, of course. I'm
You know, it'd be funny.
I'm kind of
It's
waiting.
just- Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm kind of waiting to push out another Valorant one just because there's like 6 Valorant videos out already.
So what you need to do for the Halo thing
Yeah.
is don't have a clip of me at all through it all, right? Just try to cut me out until the end,
Until
and then
the
it's
end.
just gonna be like, and it's gotta have some epic like, Ripper, the return of Ripper, and all it is clips of me saying Battlefield 42. No game's better than this. Battlefield 42.
Oh my god, I might have to do that.
You can use that audio clip of me going. "Dra-dra-dra-dra-dra-dra."
Oh man, like the announcer dude from SpongeBob.
Yes.
Just
that'd be-
choking on
be
his
fun.
own spit at some point.
I was thinking about going, making like YouTube videos like you're doing, but like, I'd have to do with like what you're doing is like I'm not funny series,
Yeah.
but make it like I am funny,
Yeah.
and everyone else isn't.
Yeah.
Just completely steal off your
Just the
your-
complete opposite.
Yeah, just where it's all my funny moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
No.
it's all of your like most boring moments.
Boring me?
Just-
I don't know.
Just
man.
a bunch of sighs.
No, just me raging.
The expose of tender videos OG.
Yeah. Tender riddles exposed. Yeah, no, I there's ways for me to expand my content, and I know that I need to be doing it. I just don't have the freaking time.
I feel that.
And it's to the point where I've asked one of my editor friends to literally edit my videos for me so that I do have more time. And he's considered it because it helps his portfolio out. And so there might come a time where I'm not the one editing these videos. But he's also much better because he's a professional editor. But I'm trying to diversify my content to the point of, less Valorant related and more like, okay, I'm a variety streamer, so my I'm Not Funny series should also be variety. Like I've got a,
So- Back to our point of like what we originally started with
Mhm.
like, and I'm with you on this. Like AAA games have gone to the gutter.
yeah,
I mean, I like playing more of like the indie style games, but if you look on my PC right now, it's pretty much all play games.
Yeah.
Besides World War III,
Yeah.
The Hunter probably isn't. Minecraft isn't.
Yeah.
That's still not a AAA game. Okay, come on. But if I open like my Steam, I think I have a bunch of like indie games in here that I've been playing.
Well, yeah, and there's like, we've got Boomer Simulator that personally Boomer Simulator is probably the most fun I had editing, and I'm not funny. And then Power Wash Sim, I think would have a lot of fun.
I did not play. Is Boomer Simulator just die already?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Because you're saying Boomer Simulator, and I'm just like, well, I have this one game called Just Die Already.
Yes, it's that one.
I'm gonna download it that way when you drag us into it. I can already be ready.
But there's
a new update.
Yeah.
Whoa, they update this game?
Yeah, they do.
Whoa, is it like Among Us?
The developer is from like Germany. It's like a German developer, I think.
That's cool.
It's a really small developer. Like I almost asked them to give me a key for the beta before they fully released it.
But is it better than Battlefield 2042?
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, no. I think that it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm personally excited for 2022 just because I really want to work on more of these videos. I want to work on getting the series like perfected,
Yeah, that's my goal for 2022 is kind of start up my YouTube channel again.
Yeah.
I'll probably do kind of what you're doing, but more like longer clips. More like I like the sketched out clips too. Those are sometimes really funny too. So I was thinking about some of those. Yeah, we just get the squad back together.
Yeah, we gotta get the squad. I have goals for 2022 that I feel like if I spoke them on stream, I would jinx myself. But like, there's a team that I'm aiming to join, whether that's as a content creator or whether I actually work for them. But it's one of those things where it's like I find a team that I want to work with and I keep my eyes on that team, and I don't give up on that team until I'm on that team, basically.
I got you.
When I want to be part of a team, because I'm very strict on my teams that I join. I want to be part of a team that I know has the same kind of values that I do.
That you do. Yeah, I knew that since from Medieval. I picked that up really fast. Like I'm part of a board team that I recently joined that I've it's an older group of people. They're, trying to play some comp COD. So thought I'd join it just because I want to get back into comp COD.
Yeah.
And I guess like older people, when I say older people, they're like a couple years older than they're our age really.
Yeah.
I'm saying older because
you're saying really older, but I'm the oldest one out of all of us.
By a year, okay? Calm down. I don't even think it's probably by months.
I'm a 98 baby.
Yeah, I'm a 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what month in
June?
Yeah, so it's only a couple months apart. We're like June, July, August, September, October, November. Wait, we're 9 months apart.
Okay.
Yeah. I was conceived.
That's the worst part, is knowing when you've been conceived, because then if there's
once you learn it, you're just like you already know it.
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, I'm fine with it. That's all right. I'm all cool with it.
That's okay.
It's all right.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of like our goals for 2022, I guess what goals do you see? Kind of what do you want to see from the I'm Not Funny series from all of us for 2022?
From all of us, personally, I think I think we could create more videos
Mm-hmm.
if we're all together more. I
Yeah.
step back in the light, I'm a lot more funnier, more videos. um, but like group streams would also help kind of.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, I want to start up my YouTube channel again, which would also bank off the I'm Not Funny series, so it'd be kind of like a tomato thing.
Yeah.
Um, really, that would be honestly the best way to blow it up, since there's now two points of view on the I'm not serious funny
Yeah.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but I mean, it's all your light. You're the one that created this, so
Well, yeah, but I
really we
mean,
have to.
I wouldn't have the series without you guys. You know,
Uh, it really wouldn't have been started without medieval.
it really wouldn't have. Um, and having Ryan and Faith, who, I mean, even before we met you, were two of my closest friends. Um, you know, just having you come in and kind of be that fourth person that we like, because like the four of us, like literally, like all
We
through,
clicked.
yeah, through 2020,
We
like
clicked.
it was
It was
instant.
Yeah, it was weird too, cause like when you three came in, all right, and then I kind of was just like, well, I'll play on your guys' team.
Yeah.
It was all I was like, I'm not gonna like. I believe I told my girlfriend this, and I might have told someone else this, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna fit in with these people. They're set. They're gonna try to find someone that's more like them. I don't think I'm gonna fit in.
Nah.
And like we played like 3 games, and it was like that. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
like, all right, like we got this.
It was-
We're a team now.
It was 3 games, and like literally I think we were just because I mean, like, Faith and I had known each other for just over a year at that point. Ryan and I'd known, I mean, I'd known Ryan for like 4 years at that point. Like, Ryan and I were like freaking brother and sister. And like, I think the first few games we were trying to kind of gauge how you would be, because you're the owner of the org,
I'm the owner, and I'm coming in, but then I was goofy as shit.
Oh,
so it's like,
yeah,
it was like, wait, this doesn't seem like the owner of
yeah,
of
like,
an org.
Ryan and I are telling each other to, shut the hell up, and Faith and I are going back and forth, and then like you just come in, you're like, I don't know, it's like one of the bosses that doesn't try to be funny but is funny.
Yeah, just like you can tell that he's not serious about really what we're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and that's why we clicked. And then even after that whole like boss phase was over, it wasn't that anymore. Like you could easily tell that like we clicked really well, and it was just like that was cool. That was like the coolest. Like that was like our 4 squad.
Yeah.
We played a bunch of. We gotta like that is like one of my biggest things for 2022 is to try to get that back together.
Yeah, because once you find like a good squad to game with that you vibe with, and like we were telling each other's freaking like secrets and shit. Like,
yeah,
we were venting to each other.
We
like
would never tell Jesus.
2020 was such a shit year, and we were like the go-to people for each other, basically.
Honestly, it was you guys were like my friends outside of. I mean, I don't have friends really outside of online, and that sounds very sad, but it's
not
literally what it is nowadays. I mean,
I
don't need friends outside. I come on here and I can cut up with Tender.
Yeah.
I can cut up with Rye. I can cut up with any of you guys.
Well,
and like we can go jump on a game.
Yeah.
Terrible and have fun.
Yeah, and the best part is, and I think a lot of people don't understand this still, is the best part is that a lot of people who play video games at the rate that we do are heavily introverted. I mean, in like for me, like I'm literally like my test said that I was 100% introverted, and like I've never seen that before on a person, but like, when you find a group of people online that, it's like you don't have to physically be together, but it feels like you are.
Right, yeah.
That's a special group of people. You don't forget about that stuff.
No, it's like we were definitely like having a good time. And it was like you said, it was like we were all there in a room, like
Yeah.
just sitting there playing the video games together or
Yeah,
something.
and it's
But
you know it's the kind of group where like if we at some point and I'm this is one of my goals for 2022. I want to get us all in the same room.
Get us all in the same room.
Actually, I told Faith about this, but I might have you and Ryan come down too. I'm going to the Halo major in Kansas City in April.
I don't know, maybe I might be able to work that out.
But like I'm like,
Well, see, I don't know if I could. It'd have to be later in the year because I'm trying to take. I'm trying to do something 2022, so I'm not trying to take any time off of work because I'm gonna take it all in the summer and
Yeah.
go with my girlfriend somewhere. So
the Champs is in October in Seattle, Washington.
that would be fun. We could do that.
That would be fun.
Fuck it, let's all go to Seattle, Washington.
But like, I don't know, get us all in the same room and we would be literally the exact same as how we are online, you know?
Exactly. Maybe a little bit introverted at first because
Yeah.
it's like, well, what do we talk about? And then and someone's gonna come out of the shell and then like,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be all like, it'd be a whole lot of fun. Just
Well, but like, you know, if you go to a place like here, we have a board game store, or a board game cafe. So it's like if all of you guys came here, like I'd be taking you guys to the board game cafe, and
So-
it would be.
it would make like it would be a lot better to put us in like somewhere where we don't know, such as Seattle, Washington, or somewhere where
Yeah.
we don't actually know and meet up.
Yeah.
Because then now we have to go out and like explore, but now we're doing it together as a group,
Yep.
which I think would be fun. And
I think
also
that'd be
hilarious
fun.
at the same time.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be really fun, and definitely for like an esport that
Fun.
everybody likes. Like Halo, everybody likes Halo.
Yeah, and you
Um,
could record it.
Yeah.
You could have an IRL I'm Not Funny series.
Yeah.
You-
I was gonna say yeah, because like I eventually for one of these episodes, once I get Ryan on, I think I'll do that. I'm gonna do an episode with all of us on. Because like if it's as chaotic as our team meetings were, you know.
Our team meetings were something else. We'd always be on topic, right?
Yeah.
For like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it would just flew, 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 flew,
Yeah.
flew.
All of a sudden somebody just
We'd be
their
talking about
freaking
something.
ADHD just goes off, and all of a sudden, you know.
I think that's also why we have like a really good vibe together is we're
Yeah.
all ADHD at the ass.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It is not funny. We
True.
should all probably be on Ritalin.
2 hours later, and we're like, what were we talking about?
Honestly, we get so far off track, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
well, all right, we're gonna call that a meeting. Good talk, everyone. Like, after the meeting, just like lay down, just like, what the fuck did we even accomplish?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it was fun, you know.
It was
I had a
fun.
good time in the
It was
meetings.
hella fun. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Those
We
meetings
had
were
a
like
good-
the best
we had a
point of my
good
week.
time. Yeah, I look forward to meetings.
Oh yeah.
Said no one ever.
Said no one ever. No, nah. We did good in those meetings. Even if we didn't get much done. But like, you know, now we can just call our meetings content meetings, you know?
Honestly, it's just now content. Well,
It's
we
just
don't hold
content.
meetings
We
anymore.
don't do
really.
meetings anymore. We just do
No,
content.
we're not in that anymore.
Yeah,
We're content.
that's right.
I'm literally Tender's content. I am
You, Ryan,
I-
and Faith are my content, and Wolves
I am
too.
a piece of
Wolves has gotten a lot better with like the quips, you know,
the quips,
the quips.
the jumping in. The
Yeah.
Quips.
Did you? I don't know if you were in it in the call the other day yet, but Faith had said something. She said something she had to do, and you just hear Wolves quietly. He goes. Better fix that cable management first.
Oh yes, it was during our Halo, and that's when I was like, yeah, we need to send Faith some zip ties.
Yeah, I was like, Wolves coming out of left field here.
Wolves coming out of because he used to be introverted, like
Yeah.
introverted
Yeah,
on the computer, and when it like he'd call out, but he'd be like, they're in the left corner.
yeah, he'd be so
And that was
serious, and we'd just be sitting there. We'd be like, Wolves, come on, you gotta let loose, man.
We'd just be talking about like no hair,
Yeah, yeah,
and Wolves would be like, 2 on point.
Yeah.
No, but he's good.
He's
Whoops
doing
was
he's
always
doing a lot better in terms of like the quips, the funny moments game.
yeah. He's learning on how to be not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
It's
the whole point.
definitely it's really good. It's really refreshing. But yeah, I'm hoping to put out some more videos. I
Imagine if we got all four of us again. Yeah,
I
you'd be
know,
pushing out
right?
videos like it'd be like
Oh
every
my
week.
god, dude. Like even if we got together, dude, if we got together once a month for like a 4-hour session,
Just
man.
like
Ooh,
4 hours Friday night,
yeah.
just balls to the wall. Oh god, and that would be like the perfect time to do it because Friday nights. I don't know if you're busy on Friday nights,
Not
because
really.
that is like the perfect time for me. Friday nights, I
Yeah.
can like get everything away from me.
Yeah.
You know, I can get a couple of drinks in me, and I can play some video games.
Yo, I've
I
got a
don't have a
plan for
problem
this
with gender.
office behind me. I've got a plan for this. I'm moving the big desk out of here, and then I'm gonna move my desk into the corner. What I want to do is I want to build shelves behind me, put my collectibles in them, and then I want to collect like really like nice whiskeys and stuff, and put them all
Hey,
lined up in the like. I don't even need to drink them because I don't really like alcohol that much. I'll probably try them, but like just
yeah, you
line
gotta
them up, you
try
know.
them. You
Just
can get you like well like yeah. If I ever visit, I'll most likely drink it for
yeah.
you. Don't worry.
Heck
I'll
yeah.
empty the bottles.
Empty the bottles. Gotta leave some in there. That's part of the ambiance.
I'll leave a taster in there for you. Like
That's-
a little ream around.
nah, what? Just one little droplet there.
I'll leave a shot in there for you.
Yeah. You pour out one shot, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's your shot that you're gonna take. You're like, nah. You bring out a
No,
bucket,
no,
you
no,
pour
that's
the
for
rest
you.
in.
That's for you. That's
That's
for me.
you. This is from me. Oh man.
You're not working that grocery store job, are you still?
No, I got a job.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
a contractor for LinkedIn, so
Ooh,
yeah, I moved
kinda
up in the
making a
world.
big-
I'm making a
Ooh,
big
making a big
bucks.
dollar,
I got
okay.
no benefits, but I don't need them.
Yeah, you work at home. Why else do you need benefits?
Yeah.
What, you think it's scoliosis?
Right.
Fuck out of here with that.
Damn.
But you could easily pick up health insurance, dental insurance, and all that for.
I easily could. My
Yeah.
employer that I'm contracting through is they offer benefits. I just didn't sign up for them because I'm still my
Ah.
parents. So,
Yeah, I got you.
but
Yeah, ride that shit. Ride your parents.
yeah, shit.
I'm still on my mom's vision.
Yeah, I mean, as long as
Yeah.
you're, you know, they kick you off at like 25, 26, but like,
Yeah, I don't really care.
who cares? Mooch off of them.
Yeah, I think I'm still on our like dental one too.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it, yeah. I got my own health insurance because
Yeah.
my company requires that you get health insurance.
That makes sense. You work in the serious
Yeah.
construction,
You work in construction, so
high rise and shit.
I don't like high rises.
Yeah.
Beat me off the ground.
Oof. Yeah. So in terms of the episodes, what has been your favorite episode so far?
Chandra, can I be like 100% honest with you?
You haven't watched them in a while, have you?
I haven't watched them in a while.
That's okay.
So probably my favorite first are everyone with me in it. So probably all the first ones that you've ever made.
Yeah. You're in the Boomer Sim one.
I'm in the Boomers. I have watched that one, but I'm
Yeah.
at like the end of it.
You're at the
All
beginning
right.
too. I'm hitting you with the nail
you
gun.
like you jit me out of like most of that, and I am pressed about it. I just want you to know
you were
I am coming on this podcast to call you out about this. All right.
I
There's like this is like a 10-minute video, 5-10-minute video, and there's like 12 seconds
dude
of Ripper.
no
Okay?
dude it was not even 5 minutes. And to be fair,
Okay, I
you
talk
were
a lot.
so drunk during that session. I went
Was
through dude, I went through the footage. I'm not gonna lie. You had like 4 sentences the entire footage.
I might have just not been like I might have just been out of it too.
You were so drunk.
Was I drinking? I was drinking.
You pre-gamed and then you had like
Uh,
2 beers during.
That's why I don't really remember it.
'Cause
Well, I do
we-
remember it, but I like.
We
had a
recorded
bad
for like
experience.
2 hours and I had like a good 30 minutes of footage and only like 10 of them had you
Oh.
in it. And you were like, there was maybe like 30 to 40 seconds of footage that actually had like good footage of you. Where you weren't like, because like most of it was like you were slurring your words. You were out of it. And you left after an hour and a half. So we still did 30 minutes.
Yeah, because that's the one I didn't know how to handle my alcohol.
Yeah. You
I grew up
pregame,
tender.
dude. You came in, and you were like, "Yo, I've already had like 4 beers, and I've got 3 more sitting next to me." And I'm like, "Ripper, we need you awake."
Whoa, 4 beers and 3 more after? That's weak numbers. That's weak sauce.
Dude, you had quite a bit.
That's
You pre-gamed
that's
pretty
a
hard.
daily thing. Come on.
Wow,
4 beers.
Ripper.
7 beers? Come on. That's light. That's rookie numbers.
Ripper.
Come on.
No, you
It's at least
pre-gamed
14
really
now.
hard that night, and then like
I was probably drinking bourbon.
you drank, you drank quite a bit afterwards, and you were like, you
Probably
got to the
was.
point where you got quiet, and we were like, Ripper, are you alive? Like,
I laid
did
down,
you
I think.
die at your computer? And then like you were like, I'm gonna get off, and we were like, okay, go to bed and don't die.
I remember one night getting just fucking trashed.
I
It
think
wasn't
during
that night, but
no, I think during one of the Valorant videos you were pretty trashed.
oh yeah, it's Valorant.
It
Come
was
on.
one of the new ones. It was one of the new ones, not the older ones.
It was one of the newer ones?
I think so.
I haven't played with you guys in like a while. It's been like, shoot, I went AFK for like, I think I was gone for like 4 months.
Yeah, you went AFK
I
for a while.
I just finally, because Ryan was like, I thought you just, he's like, I went AFK, but you like really you like
Yeah.
went off the face of the planet. And I was like, I know, I was just kind of like, I kind of stepped back. During
Yeah.
that time, I just like kind of looked at everything. It was
I
like, all
think
right.
all of us after Medieval disbanded, we all kind of took a break.
I took a longer break. That
We yeah.
and I can tell you that I did because I remember watching your streams and stuff, and I was like, well, I'm glad they're kind of getting back. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do next. And I was like, I don't,
Sometimes you need just that time, you know.
Right, and I looked at Medieval and I was like, well, it was a really good time. I learned a lot,
It was such a good time.
It-
And I was like,
it was so fun.
I was
It's
like,
just
if Medieval ever came back, like, I would want to do it, but like, it depends on, like, cause like this org that I want to join, this is like the dream, you know, where it's like, I wouldn't want to be tied down to another team. I would want to fully commit my content to growing my brand so that I could join this organization.
Right.
You
And
know?
that's why I've almost kind of come to the fact that I don't think Medieval will ever come back. I think I'll let it, die.
Yeah.
Or its peaceful death that it deserves.
Yeah.
As much as I wish I could just be like, I'm gonna bring
Yeah.
it back tomorrow. It's gonna be better than ever. We're gonna have dinosaurs and shit. No, it's literally it was a good ride. All right.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
We can still
and
keep the name and the branding though. You
Right,
know?
I'm gonna still be a proud Medieval member, right? I'm
Oh,
through
yeah.
and through. I'm still gonna rock my jerseys
I-
around the neighborhood and shit.
I
mean-
honestly think that if we were to make a Halo team just for like shits and giggles, we'd have to like bring the medieval.
We're rocking
stuff.
medieval
Yeah.
esports on that.
Yeah, it'd
That
have
is-
to be
that is-
medieval.
Yeah, that's medieval esports. Like if I do anything like that, it's gonna
Yeah.
have the medieval. That's like
Yeah,
just like it's just that name that I'm just gonna use now. Hence why like everyone's seeing me now as you'll see me as a medieval logo.
yeah.
Um,
I think the medieval logo really works for your brand.
Yeah, it's just it works for me.
Mhm.
I that was my own personal logo when I first when we were first starting. I was like, well, I want
Yeah.
this and like this, and the dude
Yeah.
made it, and he was like, we can have it this way or we can have it this way, and I was like, I wanted the red and gold way. Why would I want blue and silver? That looks trashy. This
Yeah.
looks royal. So like, if you look at the original medieval logo, like that, with the AK-47s behind it and everything,
Yeah.
the shield, that is my original.
That's yours.
I told the graphic designer what I wanted,
Mhm.
and that's what he delivered that. I mean, it is
Yeah.
what my brain came up with. And I remember showing it to Brandon O Bones and being like, dude, look at this logo. It looks so fucking cool. And he's like,
Yeah.
are those AK-47s? And I was like, yes, dude. Those are. Why would I have like swords behind? Because he was like, you should put swords behind them. I was like, no.
No.
Why would I put
No.
swords? Like, I don't want swords.
This
Like
is
that's
modern medieval.
like that's someone's gonna copy that, right? Like that's
Yeah.
already been done. Swords and stuff like that. But like,
Yeah.
how many other things have you seen? AK-47s, and then it's just after that, it just adapted and adapted and adapted and adapted.
Oh yeah.
So like, there's like multiple medieval logos, and it's so fucking cool to see that like each time that like a graphic designer would come in, they would rehash the medieval logo.
Yeah.
And it just goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
It kind of got lost in translation.
Yep.
The last iteration before, oh no, the second to last iteration, that one I hated. I hated that one wasn't me. It was
The one, yeah, because that was the one where we
got rid
moved.
of that.
Yeah. And then, because
That-
the last iteration was the one that we ended up never using because we disbanded.
We disbanded right after it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's a cool logo.
Yeah, that one was sick. I like that one.
And the one that I have up now, which you see, is also, I think, an iteration of that one.
It looks like it.
Um,
Yeah.
I think it is in it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Oh, there's pictures in here.
It looks like it. Yeah. It looks like the iteration of the original one that we
Yeah.
had used.
So that is definitely an iteration of that one. That's just like that. Personally, is my favorite one. That the background's really cool. It's just a sharp image. It's
Yeah.
clean. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to use for my my personal. I'll keep a little piece of medieval with me everywhere now,
Yeah.
because I'll use that as my personal logo, because it is mine. I mean, I have all the rights to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like a license on my old computer that actually like shows that I'm the sole owner of that logo.
That's kind of cool. That's
Yeah,
I might
'cause he's-
license mine.
He signed over everything, like,
Wow.
because sometimes in the whole like graphical arts, but photography stuff like that,
Yeah.
you cannot change what they give you.
Yeah.
Right? So when I was talking to the guy, I was like, well, what happens if I want to change it? They don't know. And at first he was like, well, you gotta, you're gonna have to come to me and I'll have to change it for you. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. What if I have like someone come into my org that's a graphic designer and I want him to do it? Because I don't want to, I mean, no offense to you, I'd rather pay someone that's in my org instead of outsourcing to you again.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was wishy-washy about it for like 2-3 months. I mean, we were literally fighting. At one point, he would not even answer like my messages.
Wow.
And I finally was just like, dude, how much? And then he gave me a price, and I was like, fuck it, I'll pay it. I want this logo. I want it to be all mine.
Yeah.
So that's when he sent me all the assets. I mean, I have the AKs and an X by themselves. I mean, I have.
You have all the. You sent me all the assets.
Yeah, you have all the assets too.
Yeah.
So.
Because you sent them to me because I was the one that was rebranding it basically.
There's probably 2 people in the world that have that logo in asset form, and it's probably you and me.
Yeah.
Maybe Bones and maybe one graphical designer. But other than that, I mean, there's not a lot of people that have that.
Yeah.
But that was the cool part. I mean, that logo is just.
It's the individuality of it.
Yeah, and you can. It's an individuality, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a group behind it. Like, it had a lot of meaning because knighthood. It's all for one for all.
Yeah, basically.
That's for that. Like, we all stand together. We're not. If there's a chink in one armor, there's a chink in all of our.
Yeah.
So like, that was the cool part about having a knight. But yeah,
it symbolizes so much, and it symbolizes a lot more in the gaming world than a lot of people think. You look at a logo and you think, oh, that's a really cool logo, but there's always a story behind the logo.
Right. There's
Um,
McDonald's even has a story behind their logo.
yeah, and so it's, and I think that part of my personal rebrand was that I didn't exactly explain my story of what the rebrand means, but I rebranded in a way where I told a story that kind of hinted as to kind of what the 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 point is.
What? That's the. Is that the Vittles? The
No, it's
little.
the there's the new one with the hacking and stuff like that.
I have not seen the new one, Tender.
Really? So I sent a bunch of I had it one day. It was I had a video that was all of a sudden it was like tender vittles not found. Um,
Oh,
and
I saw
so
that. Yes, I
yeah,
remember
so
that.
so all of that, and then basically like um and I'm kind of proud of myself for that one. I basically took my original logo, the queen one, and I really like it. I really like it, but I'm trying to move away from the queen stuff,
Right,
because
right,
I'm becoming more of a variety and less of a COD type creator.
right.
Um, and I mean, I should have done it a long time ago, but I never did, because I really liked the queen stuff. I liked the story that it came with, um, and
Well, I mean,
and the assets that I had made from it.
yeah, you're kind of stuck on your ways, like,
Yeah,
and even way back, you throw it to the wall. Um, my name is still what I originally like had when I was like 10, 11, 12.
yeah,
When I was still a young kid.
yeah,
Now my image may have changed. Um, so like Ripper in bed. Well, no, it was the real R1 Pepper. It was actually the real Ripper, but I couldn't put an I there, so I had to put a one. So everyone called me the real R1 Pepper,
oh my
which
gosh,
it was like, right. I went with Jack the Ripper vibes because
yeah,
I'm a young kid learning about Jack the Ripper. He's
yeah,
cool. Okay. So then it turns into from one of my favorite YouTuber creates a YouTube video. KOR Speedy creates a YouTube video, and he's using in bed as like the end of his name, so it's like Speedy in bed. So I
yeah.
was like, oh, I like that. Let me change it to Ripper in
Oh
bed.
my god,
So it's really stayed with Ripper in bed till recently, where it's now changed to Ripper and comma,
yeah.
which is just Spanish for bed. So it's still Ripper in bed.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I just go by Ripper most of the time.
Yeah.
So
I'm
the
not
in
gonna
bed
lie,
or
Tender Vittles, so there's a story behind Tender Vittles, but Tender Vittles wasn't my original brand. So, Tender Vittles came from my father. It was his gamer tag when he was growing up, and basically, it wasn't like he passed it down to me, but I just kind of like took it. And I was like, cool. This is kind of like handing off the torch, basically.
yeah, that's kind of cool though. I
But
mean,
like my original brand, and I love this brand, and I want to bring it back as something. My original brand was Midnight Dreamers, and
that almost sounds like a group name.
yeah, and so
Why don't you not make it your podcast name? It sounds so much cooler than I'm not. I mean,
well,
Midnight
because the
Dreamers.
the I'm Not Funny podcast is just about the
You're
series
right.
mostly.
It's
Um,
it is
but I do have
until this one, and we switch it up, and I ruined
I
everything.
do have plans with the Midnight Dreamers brand, because I love
That's
that
cool.
brand. I love the name. In high school, we even kind of sort of wrote a movie called Midnight Dreamers. It was a terrible script, and we scrapped it. And there's only
Well,
one
like,
copy left in the world that was not burned.
my original name before the Ripper Saga, which I am now living in. I'm never gonna change. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Was Diamond Wolf. Okay.
Okay.
Because I played a lot of Minecraft,
Yeah.
and what's better than a diamond and a wolf? So, it was like, it was just like, well, I think at the time I was just so young, but like I knew diamonds were like something valuable, and
Yeah.
like a wolf is a cool fucking animal, right?
Yeah.
So like, fuck it.
Screw it.
something valuable, this cool. So it had like this ring. It was like a cool name, and then like I think my brother took it, and then I was like, well, I need to create my own name. So I was like, Real Ripper, and then I was like, stuck it. It stuck to the wall,
Yeah.
and then it was just after that it was Ripper in bed, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I moved away from that because I was like, you know what? I was like, I've always used the Tendervilles name. I love the Tendervilles name. I love what it represents. I mean,
a
my
family
dad,
name.
yeah, because it's a family name. You know, my dad taught me how to play video games. That was his gamer tag, and now it's mine. You know, and
Feel
so
like an heirloom.
yeah, it's like an heirloom now. And so I was like, I love what that story represents, and you know, I want to do more with it. And so I think moving away from the queen type theme, and I moved towards this new theme, which is more of like a hacker type theme. And I feel like it may in the future come with implications. You know, like hacking in games and stuff is seen as
Yeah.
bad and everything, but the reason why I wanted to do the hacker type stuff is because, you know, that's my, you know, that's kind of my profession in real life. You know, that's the profession that I chose to go to school for, and the profession
Yes,
that
because
I'm pursuing in life, you know, is
LinkedIn is hacking.
no. But it's what I'm pursuing in life. And it's something where I've always loved the glitch type looks, and you know, kind of matrixy type things. And I was like, I could do a lot of like stuff with this, you know.
I also really like that, and that was one of my ideas for the medieval logo, is try to make it like a glitchy
Yeah.
night thing. It just never got to that, so
Yeah, and like I don't know, it's just something about the glitch look is just
looks so fucking cool.
looks so freaking cool. And I was
It
like, you know what? Screw
plays my
this.
ADHD.
I was like, screw this. I was like, I'm going to finally do a hacker theme with my logo, and I'm going to rebrand and that kind of stuff. And the 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 only thing that I really changed was instead of the crown on top, I added it's a like a black we'll call it a hat. But you know how
Black hat hackers and white hat. Yeah, I
yeah,
know
kind of
that.
like that, but also like it also kind of looks like the do you remember and I don't think they do it anymore, but do you remember the Neighborhood Watch logo?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it kind of
Yeah.
looks like that too. And it's kind of fun cuz it's kind of like a Neighborhood Watch you know, hacker type. And it has green triangular eyes. I was going back and forth on the colors because I was like, I could do green and purple, or I could do like purple and blue, or I could do red. And I was like, no, I was like, I really like green. I really like lime green. It's just a gorgeous color once you put it all together. And, you know, when you look at like the Matrix and shit, like it's all green, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I could do so many things in terms of like merch and videos and all that stuff. And I made it for me, and I was like, this is, you know, if I have to explain myself, I'll explain myself. But, you know, it doesn't mean I'm a hacker in games. It's
Yeah, you're not playing like, I mean,
yeah.
you play Valorant, but that's it. But most of the time, you're like with a group of people that can always also vouch for you. Like
Yeah.
I know you don't hack.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not that good.
I
So
well, it's not just that. It's just my views on people hacking in video games. It's just
no,
cheating in video games is like cheating in a relationship. It's the scummiest thing you can do to people, and it takes away the fun of playing the game.
everyone else. It takes
Yeah.
the fun out of everyone else. I mean,
It takes the
it's no
fun,
fun going up against a hacker.
Yeah, and it's
I mean,
no fun
it's-
playing with the hacker too. It's like, yeah, you're winning, but at the same time, you know, you're playing with a
At
hacker.
what cost?
You know?
Yeah, at what cost? I mean, I'm winning, but
Yeah.
it's not fun still, because
Yeah.
one, this dude's getting all the kills, right? I'm just sitting back relaxing, so I'm not really having fun.
Yeah. And it's like
The only fun I've ever had hacking was back in World War One, World War Two, World at War. I
Mhm.
bet I just am stuttering over my words. World at War, when they did infections, like infection zombie lobbies.
Yeah.
Those were actually fun. Those weren't too bad.
Yeah.
Those are fun. I mean, over time they were just like, okay, I'm bored, but I've done everything. I killed all the zombies that I wanted to kill.
Yep.
I'm done with this.
Yeah. But it's just one of those things where it's like it's part of who I am as a person. I've always had that interest. I've always loved the glitch look and the the hacking theme and that kind of stuff. It's just something that it's something that fits with my personal brand at the moment. And obviously, I mean, I've rebranded thousands of times in the last few years trying to figure out, what can I represent in the gaming community that's different from everybody else. And I feel like at this moment, this brand that I have now is something
It's comfortable.
yeah, it's something that nobody really sees.
That's cool. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's unique. I mean, and you like it. You're comfortable with it, and it seems like it's a good fit. There's no time that you don't have to rebrand anytime soon.
Yeah.
It was like, and to me, like rebrands, stupid. Like, you have to get everyone on board. Everyone has to now switch that logo to this logo
Yeah.
in an org sense. Okay, so when we were doing medieval, it was like the original logo. Okay, and then we got this other logo that we were rocking with it. All right.
Yeah.
So we were rocking with this one, and then we went to this alternate one that was totally off from the what you see now in the medieval logo.
Okay.
And it was an actual like knight
Oh.
that we rocked. We rocked all through October. It was for breast cancer awareness, and then we went back to the original
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
So so it was like, okay, everyone, we're going to this one. All right, now we're going to this alternate one. Okay, now we're going back. Okay, but now we have this new one. All right, but we don't like this new one. We're going to this one.
We're going
So
to
it's
this
like-
one. Yeah.
It's kind of like if you're a player, it's kind of like, I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
It's something where
and
the org
you're
has
also
to have
fed
that
up
together.
too, where
Yeah.
you're like, just stay with what you want to. Stay where you're comfortable. Like we're comfortable at stage 2. Just stay there. We're fine switching this alternate one for this 1 month and switching back, but we don't need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, like, and I'm guessing it's the same as viewers. Like, as a viewer, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
hell, Tender's logo looks fucking great. I like it. I can, I'd buy merch with this. I get my merch cart set up, blah blah blah, and then next week you change it, and I'm like, well, no one's gonna know who this fucking logo belongs to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Yeah,
this
and
is- this
that's
could be-
happened. Where I've done that too, where I'm like, I get a piece of merch, and then I'm like, wow, I'm like, yeah, it looks okay, but I'm kind of at the point where if I when I go to agent for more merch, I think I'm gonna keep what I've already got.
still using agent.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad I got you guys onto agent. Agent
Yeah.
is like my favorite clothing brand, and this is pretty much a free sponsorship.
It's one of the ones that I wanted to work for anyway, or work with anyway.
I knew them when they were just blowing up. Okay?
Yeah.
I remember getting in touch with this guy, and he didn't even have 100 followers on Twitter. He didn't even have 50, I don't think. So we were neck and neck, and I really, it kind of got a whole gummy. We chose the wrong side to choose, and we lost them. Then we got back with them, and so on and so forth. But
yeah,
agent's quality is like,
it's next level.
notch. I mean, it is better than anyone else's.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can just tell that like the print quality is so much better. Their material quality is better, but I think they probably use the same material as everyone else. But I don't know that. I'm not even gonna say
for the price though. For the price that you get.
Oh fuck yeah! It's premium quality shit.
Yeah.
Like you could go to what are the other big ones?
There's like
you could go to the real big ones.
There's like Sector 6 and Arma
Sector
and stuff.
6.
Yeah.
You
I'm not
go to Exceed.
personally a huge fan of some of the bigger ones.
I'm not either.
Just because they're
they're not
more
gonna care about you.
expensive.
Yeah, they are, and they're not gonna care about your like as a creator or as a org. They're not gonna care about you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to reach out and talk to the owner. Like that was the great part about I could talk to the owner of I could boot up a conversation with the owner right now
Yeah.
of Agent like that,
Well,
and
because
I could be like, hey, I'm doing this shit. He'd be like, cool.
yeah.
I already can make you some fucking merch for this.
Well, and I'm gonna be honest, like the first designer that I had with Agent, I I personally wasn't a fan. I had to explain to them a few times how to do tie dye, um, and so when I went back to work with them again to add more stuff, I was a little bit wary. But then they had me with a different designer because I think this guy like left or something. I don't know, but like it was really weird because I was just kind of like, yeah, so I want a flannel and a hat. I was like, I don't know. I mean, if you guys can do the flannel, that's great. And then like within like 3 days, they're like, yeah, we can do the flannel. How do you want it to look? I was like, that's cool. Like you don't get that from other agencies, because they're so like they use templates basically. They're like you get 2 hoodies and 2 t-shirts and a hat and then like a flag. And I'm like, I don't want that. I wanna,
Yeah.
I wanna be the lesbian creator that has a freaking flannel. Like
you've seen like the original jersey from Agent that I had, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one.
The
that
first
was
one.
that was created with me, O Bones, the designer, and the owner. Both of them were owners at the time of Agent, and we sat there and designed it.
Yeah.
I watched him do it on he did it through Discord, shared his screen, and we sat there and we were like collaborated and like
Yeah.
that first design is like true to fashion. That was everyone's input. So that I would do a callback to that if I was to do like a
if you were to do like a legacy, like if you were to do your own merch, I would
I was to
honestly
do my
ask
own
them
merch.
to do that as like a legacy jersey type thing.
It would, but it instead of the medieval esports thing, I'd give them the logo of the original one, and that's all it would be.
Yeah.
And it might just say like, it might actually say medieval up there. I might just have it just say medieval
For
on the
the
back.
part where it says gamer tag, just do medieval as the gamer tag, and that's
Yeah, you could do that.
Like
I would have them bring back those baseball jerseys
yeah.
that we had. Those are fucking sick as shit.
I want to be honest. With this new logo and this like brand, I have really cool ideas that I really want to come up with when I go back to Agent, because I'm gonna need some new merch with my new logo on it, and
merch. You gotta buy some Tender merch.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of possibly some joggers.
Ooh.
And like I've got like drops planned, like spring stuff and like summer stuff, and because last summer I wanted to release swim trunks, like board shorts. I didn't get around to it.
I still want to do like a Hawaiian t-shirt. Like somehow imply my logo and like palm trees and shit.
I've thought about that too.
I just like that would look so sick.
Like a summer theme, like because I was thinking, I was like, okay, for a summer drop you could do a Hawaiian shirt and board shorts. Like, do you know how sick that would look?
It would. That would be like dope as shit. Like,
so it's like I've got ideas. I know what I want to drop.
I just don't know how many people would rock Ripper on the side of them. It just kind of looks,
Yeah. Might not want to go with the Ripper in bed on that.
That's why I'm just thinking like just the logo.
I think just the logo would be good.
But like, the only problem is like if you do like shorts or something. Well, yeah, you could do shorts with just the logo, but like joggers are a little weird. You couldn't do that. Maybe have to like certain things that I'd have to stay away from.
Yeah.
Put the logo on some Puma shoes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know what also would be cool? And it actually would make a whole fuckload of sense. Like croc charms with the logo.
Yo, that'd be cool.
Like, yeah, that could work.
Yeah. Oh man.
When I hit the ground running, when I get a bunch of shit going, you know, I'm gonna be dropping merch left and right.
Yo, that's I
One
feel
day.
that. I feel that. I think I'm gonna start putting some money aside and hitting the ground running with some merch drops.
See, like the thing that I've learned about merch is no one's gonna buy it if you don't actually have the following.
Yeah.
So like you can have all that stuff, but like honestly, if you want like a shop, well, you can do like a rotating shop almost,
Mm-hmm.
because I think they do it for fairly cheap. You can change for like $25, and
Yeah.
have like a spring, a summer, a fall, a winter drop,
Yeah.
and then like just keep on changing it up, and just have a T-shirt. So like after like this quarter, then it's the next quarter, the next quarter. You know, after like all of that, you know. So like if you're a OG, you know, you're like, this is the OG spring shirt.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
you rocking the new one. This an OG one. You know.
Yeah. I've wanted to do that. I don't personally have the following for that now, so I'm kind of at the point where I'm
That's
like, right now
that's
I would add merch to keep it there, and then if I ever got to the point where I could do that kind of stuff and work with the company more on that, then I would.
that's why if I was like to start it up again, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
It would just be a rotating shirt,
Yeah.
and I mean, it would change, but it might like I'd probably keep four of them as templated so that they could like just change it out, and maybe it's like $10, you know, every change, so that they would know until I get a following, and then I can rotate it with another shirt.
Yeah.
You know, after 100, I can change it to like a different,
Yeah.
and then after like 300, I can change it to another shirt.
Yeah,
Designs.
basically. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's,
So that's
yeah.
that's
But,
what I would do.
yeah, I think I think that kind of goes in plan with what we've got for 2022, you know.
Yeah. Gotta work on that. The
Oh yeah.
revive Ripper.
Heck yeah. Revive the content, really. But yeah, I think we got really solid plans for 2022. Do you have anything else you want to say in terms of like I'm Not Funny videos, or what your plans are for 2022? Anything you want to say for the end of the
I
podcast?
would just say for 2022, to recap, to end it all, is to stay tuned to the I'm Not Funny series, because
Yeah.
Ripper's coming back. And
Ripper's coming back.
We coming back in full force now. We ain't just gonna like slip into one or two videos. No, you're gonna get annoyed of me real fast, Tender.
That's
You
exciting.
plant. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back.
It's exciting.
And then also I'll probably be creating a channel. So
Yeah.
is the fans of I'm Not Funny. If Tender will allow me to create a channel where I can piggyback off of her a little bit.
Yeah. We're all creators here.
We can have maybe different videos on there, but it will still be all of us on there. So
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
bye.